Hey everyone, my name's Gilberto and we are back again for another week of PGBL matches this week against Eric, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. This is going to be pretty crazy. So Eric himself has said that he feels woefully underprepared. He's been on vacation, and I also feel woefully unprepared. But we are in this. I did my best to counter team as well as I could. I will battle with this team. Okay. And honestly, one of the biggest things for me wondering is whether or not he's going to bring that Smeargle. I feel like that's going to, just in general, have a huge impact on how this game proceeds. He has to bring either the Smeargle or the Ferrothorn, I'm thinking, and either way, I'm not looking forward to it. So he brings both the Smeargle and the Ferrothorn. Both the Smeargle and the Ferrothorn, okay. Okay. Charizard, Silvally. Interesting, not bringing his Mega, fearing my Crobat, which I didn't bring. And I also was really fearing the Starmie and the Gengar, neither of which he brought. So this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting. So, man, my Mega Beedrill set is really weird, specifically for the potential fake out for the Mega Medicham. So, okay. I like my matchup. I still have no idea what type of Silvally that's going to be, but I feel like we're going to do okay. I feel like we can do okay here. This is really stressful though. I probably should have let off Kartana. I led my Beedrill instead. Let me see here actually. I might have just made a big mistake. If he leads the Ferrothorn, then I would be concerned. I would be concerned. I don't think that that's going to be... Okay. That is best case scenario for me, I think. Because I honestly think he's going to try to put me to sleep first turn. Which is exactly why I have this here. Beedrill. Now, just for the future, I need to know just how much Ferrothorn, give it 252. Okay, that's good to know for later. I'm going to immediately Mega Evolve and try to set up the sub. I also want him to believe that I don't have a Defogger. I have a Defog on my Kartana this week. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna try to set up a sub here. As he immediately withdraws into this thing. Okay, that's not good. That's definitely not what I wanted to have happen. But I do have a sub up, so that's gonna be something. Now, I can see here how much Fell Stinger is doing, which is not much. And I know he's just going to try to set up the rocks here. So I feel like this is where I just hard swap into Larry. I mean, I'm going to do it. I don't care too much to just swap directly into Larry here. A Gyro Ball does way too much to me. Yeah. This is going to be a quad resisted Gyro Ball. It really doesn't do much of anything. Now, I kind of want to hard read the Zygarde switch in. But I could also definitely see a... I'm definitely not going to Fire Blast. It would be super dumb of me to Fire Blast, so I'm not going to do it. If anything, I'm super considering the Steam Eruption here. But I could Will-O-Wisp and really hurt that Zygarde for later. I feel like Zygarde has to be your play, right? Zygarde has to be your play. But either way, I want to Steam Eruption into the Zygarde, because then that'll pop my Shuca Berry. If anything, your Charizard probably has an Earthquake. I bet that's like a Dragon Dance Charizard. I'm gonna Steam Eruption, I think. I could Will-O-Wisp here, predicting the Zygarde, but it feels too risky. You could go into the Zapdos, and getting half on the Zapdos would be really nice. I'm just gonna go for the Steam Eruption on the switch in. He could go into Silvally. Still have no idea what the Silvally is gonna be. That is the Zygarde. But this thing does have Shuca Berry. So you would have to be something really crazy in order to go ahead and take me out. But we do about 70% to this thing. And again, I mean, we're doing so much that a Fire Blast might take you out, in all honesty. But either way, I'm gonna Steam Eruption again. 1,000 arrows, there's the Shuca Berry. I'm really curious to see how much this does. I feel like it's gonna do 40-ish%. Oh, 50%. That takes me out without the Shuca Berry. That is wild. He must have done some crazy calcs to know that takes me out without it. It might be banded. Oh, it might be banded. I'm gonna have to do some calcs. I'm not gonna do them right now, but that honestly might be banded. And that Zygarde is a huge threat gone. I still don't know what to expect from the Silvally. We have the Smeargle here. I don't know what you do. I definitely cannot let Larry go down. But what's my swap here? I could swap straight into the Kartana here to prevent the Spore and defog away ASAP. My Gardevoir is Scarfed. Scarfed Modest Max Attack to be able to take out the Gardevoir, or not the Gardevoir, the Zygarde, which is not going to be a threat anymore, but I'm definitely going to need it for the Zapdos. I'm definitely going to need it for the Silvally, and if I can get a trick off onto the Ferrothorn, that would be fantastic for me. But he's definitely not going to expect this to be... Defog. This is Leaf Blade, Secret Sword, Defog, and Swords Dance. So I honestly can't touch the Zapdos, which is going to hurt me a lot, but just getting a Leaf Blade off is going to help me out quite a bit. Okay, you're going to go out into the Zapdos. That's your best play, definitely. I should have just defogged. Really should have just defogged. Leaf Blade does an okay amount. I was kind of honestly fearing I was honestly kind of fearing the Rocky Helmet or something like that, like a super defensive set. But I feel like here's where I just go into Dwayne. Dwayne is my super defensive wall. This was mainly for the Medicham and the Zygarde. Again, I was fearing the Zygarde quite a bit. I probably should have gone that far in on the Zygarde. But there's the Discharge. Dwayne doesn't care. It does do quite a bit, but it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna get a Toxic off on this thing as soon as I can. Now, you could be expecting like Continental Crush or something like that, because I have shown that in the past. But, oh, the only attacking move on Dwayne is Shadow Claw, and that's for the Starmie, for the Gengar, and for the what is it called? The Zygarde, no, the Medicham, the Mega Medicham, because it's one of the few moves that are available to my team that are super effective. I don't have that much Ghost coverage, which is kind of unfortunate. So I don't have much that I can do. I actually literally can't do anything to this thing. This is going to be an opportunity to Moonlight up, if nothing else. If you want to put me to sleep, that's fine. That'll trigger Sleep Claws, I guess. as you go for the Stealth Rock. So yeah, you definitely think that I don't have a Defogger. Which is fine, because after this Moonlight I can go into Kartana. I really don't know what if you have any attacking moves at all, you can't support Kartana. And that's like I said, that's going to be my opportunity to be able to defog. So I'm going to go into McConaughey here. And I feel... Well, yeah, no, you still don't know I have defog, so I was going to say you might predict that and go into Zapdos immediately, but I really have no technical reason to go into this thing. You do go out into the Ferrothorn. I'm not remembering any names today. I'm very on edge in general, but I'm just super stressed right now. But either way, I don't know what this would have for me, if anything, but I'm gonna take this chance, if nothing else, to just defog away. We could go straight into Zapdos. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all, but I am curious to see if it has anything for me. It does not. I believe that should be the Zapdos again. It is. Doesn't matter, because it's just an opportunity for me to defog. And I've really accomplished nothing except Toxic that Smeargle and gotten a tiny bit of chip on to my Kartana. So I don't quite know what to do here. I didn't prepare nearly well enough for the Zapdos in retrospect. And for all I know, this could be Scarfed, because Scarf really does a number to my team. I think the play is to go on to Dwayne again. I guess this is my opportunity to go into Gardevoir here and just take a hit. I could go into Gardevoir and then double. That's another opportunity. But this Zapdos is really going to hurt me, if I'm being completely honest. So this is a Scarfed Gardevoir, Healing Wish, Trick, Moonblast, and Shadow Ball, I think? Shadow Ball because of the Medicham, and there's the Heat Wave. I imagine it's going to do 30%? Doesn't... that's about right, 20, 30? I'm definitely fine with that. I'm definitely fine. Oh, I was just saying it could be Scarfed when it's leftovers. This is how on edge I am. I'm very on edge. I haven't battled in like 2 weeks, and it's really showing right now. But, okay, if I'm being completely honest, I think you know that I'm gonna Moonblast, and you go into the Ferrothorn, and this is where I trick. And I kinda wanna. There you go. Now show me the, there's the Ferrothorn. So that's a Scarf Ferrothorn, and I have to look up Ferrothorn's speed just to make sure it doesn't outspeed anything now. It's 20 speed, so let's give it 252. If it's max speed, it outspeeds a few members of my team now. But I don't think that should be an issue. I don't think that should be an issue moving forward. And now... Oh, what do you do with this information? I really, really want to sweep with McConaughey to Kartana. But I think Dwayne literally can't touch this thing. I don't need Larry taking that much damage. And Chinchino doesn't have anything for this, does it? Does he? Did he? U-turn, Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and Tail Slap. So no, is the answer to that. And Beedrill is going to be super late game. I think my play is to go into Larry. My play is to go into Larry, I guess. I'm sorry I'm taking so much time, Eric. I really am. I really should have brought Scrafty. I thought really long and really hard about Assault Vested Scrafty, and I came very, very close to bringing that. And I really should have. I was going to put... I was considering Stone Edge. I was considering Ice Punch with Sub-Zero Slammer. I was considering a lot of things. Now, here's where I get a free Steam Eruption off, but isn't gonna matter. It really depends on what the Silvally is. It really depends on what the Silvally is. Because he's gonna switch out. He's not just gonna give up. And even if he doesn't switch out, he's locked in a Gyro Ball, which is clearly doing nothing, so I'm gonna have a second opportunity at it anyway. Steam Eruption is always gonna be the play. It would be great if you just want to give up this thing right now, but no, you withdraw. You want to keep that Scarfed. Okay. Water type Silvally, I think. Ice, maybe? That's taking 50. Probably has Earthquake, though. If I had to guess, probably has Earthquake. Now, I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna guess this has Ice. This is Ice type. Oh, that's a normal type Silvally. Oh no, it's saying that it's normal. Oh, I have to wait for it to show up. No, it is a normal type Silvally. That's interesting. You probably have Earthquake, though. You probably have Earthquake. And I really can't let Larry go down. So I think I go into Dwayne here. I'm not in the best position, but I have to, and I can't touch this thing either because of Shadow Claw. Rock Slide, okay. I can't touch this thing either because it's normal type. And I think here's where he finds out that I'm like a defensive wall. And I don't think you want to let this thing get toxic, do you? Ferrothorn's the play, but Ferrothorn can't do much. Whatever, I don't mind going for the toxic. If he switches out and it ends up being really bad for me, go into Zapdos. No, he goes into this. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna be doing this for a while. But does he predict my Larry and go into something else? I don't know what you do, though. This might be an opportunity to Swords Dance up with McConaughey, but then what do I do? How much is McConaughey doing to Kartana? How much is it doing to Zapdos? Because Zapdos is my biggest issue. I mean, I can get to +2 pretty easily. +3 if he stays in with this thing and lets me Secret Sword it. Sacred Sword? I always get them confused. It's fine. Zapdos. Kartana. Max attack. Beedrill is also an option. Okay. Leaf Blade. But I can do Z Leaf Blade, which is doing 2/3 to it. And with a Beast Boost, it's still looking good for me. So yeah, Kartana's my switch. And I resist Gyro Ball. You double, okay. Yeah, okay, you knew it was up. That's cool. I feel like this is where you call my bluff and you go for the Thunderbolt. But I have no reason not to go on a Larry, my dude. We're gonna be doing this for a little bit. Now this is where I really should have had Stealth Rocks on my Necrozma. This is really where I should have had Stealth Rocks on my Necrozma. Now do you let this thing get toxic? I don't think you... I think I double. No, double's way too risky, man. I'm just gonna Moonlight up. But I feel like I feel like at this point you have to realize that my Necrozma really can't touch you. My Necrozma, like, super can't touch you. So I don't know what happens here. Necrozma actually takes out his team depending on how stally I want to be. But man, the fact that he can't touch, I did such bad team building. If this Necrozma just had Psychic on it, I would be in such better shape. I feel like you can't do anything though. I can go back into V-Drill though. Going back into V-Drill is probably my play here. You withdraw, you double, you go into Doggo. Okay. I don't know what you were expecting me to do though. What were you expecting me to do? But this is interesting. Okay, I have to actually check this out here. Okay, B-Drill Mega. You have max attack. I don't even know if I mentioned what this thing has, but this is a, what is it? Silvally. You could be a Scarf Silvally, I don't know. Have you revealed an item yet? Blank set Silvally at... Alright. Well, this only works if you don't have any HP investment. I kind of want to protect a scout. I think I'm gonna do that. No. This is super interesting. I could sub up. I could sub up.
You were surprised to see me alive, weren't you? He's been dead for 5 months.
Oh, this is really tough. I kind of want to protect a scout, but if I protect and he switches into something that's useful, then that would put me way behind. Alright, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Rock Slide. It's Scarf Silvally. Oh, it's Scarf Silvally. Okay. I definitely knew that was possible, but it's a Scarf Silvally. Probably max attack. I'm really curious to see what that does against Kartana. Kartana has really decent defense, really decent defense. Rock Slide. This thing is scarfed as fuck. Even at max attack, this is really not doing anything. So, essentially what you're doing by going for Rock Slide is giving me the freest of Swords Dances. And this is where I just take it. This is where I take the free Swords Dance. What is this? I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember. Okay. I think Bloom Doom takes this thing out. Zapdos. Even if it doesn't take it out, I have to do this. Kartana with 252 attack, at +2. Leaf Blade on its own does 60%. Oh, yeah, Bloom Doom is... Unless you're unless you're the most defensive Zapdos possible, I take you out. I guess here's where we see what happens. Here's where we see what happens. Man, this match has already been going way too long. But this is the first time Kartana's been able to Bloom Doom. This is the first time I've run Swords Dance on this Kartana. And even though my V-Drill set didn't work for me at all. Nope, that is as defensive as Zapdos as you can be. And I just get taken out. I just get taken out. But in comes Chinchino, right? In comes Chinchino. You go into Ferrothorn. I U-turn into the Larry, and stuff happens. Stuff happens. This is an expert belt Chinchino, by the way. Just to do the most with Rock Blast to Zapdos. But there's the U-turn. I take Iron Barbs. Please don't be Rocket Helmet as well. Alright, it's not. It's Scarf, that's right. I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Here's where we go into Larry. Here's where we get a Steam Eruption off. And here's where something goes down. Charizard doesn't take it, I don't think. Zapdos definitely doesn't take it. What's the other thing? Silvallys can't take it anymore. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. If I had put specs on this, well, if I had put specs on the Volcanion, then I wouldn't have been able to take out the Zygarde the way that I did, but dude, I've been going for, I was gonna say, I've been going for Steam Eruption this whole time. Just go for Fire Blast already. But what? I missed the Steam Eruption. Oh, I missed the Steam Eruption. Okay. Okay. Alright, I guess we're doing this, fam. I guess we're doing this. I missed the Steam Eruption. I believe it's 95% accuracy if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty positive that's 95% accuracy. And if you have Roost, then I'm so done. I actually just kind of lose. I have to actually hit this thing with Shadow Claw. But now revealing Shadow Claw is going to reveal how useless this Necrozma is against most of his team. Or at least a third of his team. There's the Roost. Oh. There's the Roost. Okay. And why did I not go for Toxic? If I was so sure about the Roost, why did I not go for Toxic? Shadow Claw is doing nothing. Shadow Claw is doing nothing. If he switches into... Yeah, I could have actually just choked by not going for Toxic. I genuinely could have just choked by not going for Toxic. That's a genuine choke. Wow, it is really occurring to me that that was a genuine choke. In comes the Smeargle. I don't remember any of this Smeargle's moves. I am so just all over the place right now. I mean, we can still play around the Zapdos quite a bit. Okay, you put me to sleep. What's that gonna do for you? What does that do for you, man? Alright, I just have to remind myself what I have left. I think I go into Chinchino. I think, okay. This is gonna be what I really actually do here. I go into Chinchino, right? You can't put me to sleep. Sticky Web comes out, right? I want you to think that I'm like Bandit or some shit, right? Well, no, there's no planet on which you don't just go for... There's no planet on which you just don't go for the Ferrothorn play, which I can't do anything to. I genuinely can't do anything to Ferrothorn. But I think here's where you predict my U-turn. You go into Zapdos so that I'm forced to go into something that Zapdos can deal with. And then I have to give up another Pokemon in order to deal with the Zapdos. So, my only chance is to go for the Rock Blast and assume that in comes the Zapdos. Nope, alright. If I had gone for the U-turn, then... Well, no, the Sticky Web, because you have the Sticky Webs up, it kind of makes it free for you to do whatever you want. It makes it actually free for you to do whatever you want. You didn't have to go into the Zapdos the way that I was just saying. And I can't defog away the webs, which is gonna suck for Chinchino. But just seeing how defensive that... Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ. Scarf Spikes. Okay. Still not the worst thing in the world. If you want to Scarf Spikes me, man, then you have to bring in the Zapdos. You have to bring in the Zapdos. Oh my god. Dwayne wakes up, goes for the Moonlight. Dwayne goes up, goes for the Moonlight. There's the spikes. So you have your 3 layers. That's fine. What do I do now? What do I do now? I just continually go for Toxic, man. I just continually go for Toxic. There's the withdrawal. I'm going to Zapdos, please. Nope, alright. I thought I Toxic this thing already. I guess I didn't. Alright, that's fine. But here's where I actually just go for Iron Defense. I reveal my entire moveset. I go for Iron Defense. Because you know that I can't touch this, this pupper. There's no reason not to. Alright, there's the parting shot. Fine, fine. You get a fucking parting shot. You thought I was gonna switch, I guess. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. So my switching is greatly diminished. But there's still not much that you can do, I guess. You can't actually break through Dwayne. I accidentally went for Iron Defense. I was just clicking A, and I just went for Iron Defense again. I didn't necessarily mean to, but you're gonna Spore me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I should have gone out into something else. So my. Oh, okay, okay. I'm thinking about it right now. My Gardevoir is scarfed. Or no, it was scarfed. I tricked the scarf away. This is where you actually just try to take Dwayne out. But I just have to wake up. It's just that simple. I have to wake up. Why do you bring this in? Parting shot me again? I can't touch anything. I literally can't do anything. I don't understand what this is. You can't. You're just too afraid to bring in Zapdos because I can wake up and Toxic you. Or you're trying to get me to use all my Moonlights. I mean, I have plenty of Iron Defenses, I guess. So yeah, Gardevoir is no longer scarfed, which means it has to take a hit from Zapdos. It has to take a hit from Zapdos, and then Moonblast it, which is fine. But then that means I also want to get rid of this thing. Just, I think it only helps me to stick in this with Dwayne because at a minimum, Dwayne, if I can just let Toxic do what Toxic does, then at a minimum I can just limit his switches. If the Silvally and this thing go down to Toxic, then that limits his switches. And once he's down to the Zapdos and the Ferrothorn, then that's my only path. I'm sorry that I'm doing this. Eric, I'm sorry, but I have to limit his switches as much as I can. There's the Stealth Rock. Oh, that's doing 50% to Volcanion. So I actually lose now. I actually genuinely lose now. I can't break through the Ferrothorn, like, at all. And I have no idea what this Charizard does. Is it Z Sunny Day? Yeah, it's... I'm gonna guess Z Sunny Day. He seems like the kind of guy that would put Z Sunny Day on this thing. Especially against my team. Yeah, this was a genuinely bad loss. I feel like I just forfeit here. Because I choked the game away by not toxicking the... And I missed the toxic, man. Well, it was both missing the steam eruption and not toxicking the Zapdos. Those both choked away the game for me. Flamethrower in the sun probably does 70% to me, I bet. Wow, does quite a bit more to me. But it's fine, it's fine. You can at least have the satisfaction of taking out the rest of my team here. Man, missing the steam eruption and not going for the toxic actually just loses me this game. There's nothing I do here. Yeah, there's actually just nothing I do here. I should probably just forfeit. I should probably just forfeit. I mean, if you want to take out the rest of my team, that's fine. But at this point, there's really no need to. There's really no need to. Oh man. I don't know. It's fine. As soon as this thing switches in, I'll just forfeit. Eric totally wins this. Charizard gets the sweep. Charizard, you can have the rest of the kills. It's totally fine. Actually, I guess technically, Ferrothorn would get the kill on the Volcanion because of the spikes. But it's totally fine. You win, Eric. GG. Yeah, no, that definitely could not have gone worse for me, but it's fine. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with the next week against Banana and the Orlando Silvallys, our rival. That is the second time we'll be facing them this week. But once again, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you once again.